And now let's go on the ground in Uttar Pradesh. The phase 1 polling that is all set to conclude in a while. My colleague Paulomi Saha getting you all the latest. Paulomi, over to you for the big day.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you. We're coming to you live now from Mathura. Polling has come to a close here in western Uttar Pradesh, which went to polls in the first phase of the very crucial Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections. Polling started this morning at 7 a.m., 6 p.m. It is now when polling comes to a close. So, in fact, the fate of 623 candidates has been sealed right now in those ballot boxes at the polling stations behind me. It's a wrap on phase 1 of voting in Uttar Pradesh. The first phase of polling saw Jat and Muslim-dominated Western UP region and the Doab cast its vote. Voting took place, in fact, across 58 seats, spread across 11 districts. Over 623 candidates were in the fray. Voter turnout as of 4 p.m. was nearly 48.24%. The Western UP belt, in fact, is key for all parties that are in the fray. The BJP big guns like Amit Shah, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, JP Nadda and Prime Minister Modi campaigned extensively in Western Uttar Pradesh for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and so did, of course, Akhilesh Yadav and Jain Chaudhary, who forged an alliance ahead of these elections. The Congress, of course, is banking on the women votes, and Mayawati is desperately, of course, trying to make a comeback. In 2017, in fact, the BJP dominated the 58 seats in phase 1 with 46% votes. In fact, it had won 53 out of 58 seats at that point of time in 2017. BSP at that time was a distant second with 22% votes, followed by the Samajwadi Party with 21 votes. In fact, out of these 58 seats, the Samajwadi Party had won only 2 at that point of time. BJP and Alliance swept 53, like I said, out of 58 seats, whereas the Samajwadi Party and allies won 3 seats and BSP won a meager 2 seats. 2 seats for the BSP, then 2 for the Samajwadi Party and 1 for the RLD, and 53 out of 58 seats for the Bharatiya Janata Party.
यूपी का मुद्दा सिर्फ एक ही है कि किस पार्टी ने सुशासन दिया है, और ये हम सबको कहते आ रहे हैं कि इससे पहले के जो 5 साल थे, बीजेपी ने भी 5 साल पूरे किए, उससे पहले के जो 5 साल थे उसके बीच में और अब के बीच में फर्क देख लीजिए। आज गाजियाबाद के अंदर भूमाफिया नहीं है, आज गाजियाबाद के अंदर सुरक्षा है, आज गाजियाबाद के अंदर लोग बाग जो विकास चाहते थे उस राह के ऊपर विकास चला हुआ है।
My colleague Ashutosh Mishra is now joining me live from Noida on this. Ashutosh, polling has finally come to a close in these very crucial assembly elections. The first phase of these elections, all those votes have been cast and sealed in the ballot boxes. What sort of polling did Noida witness today, Ashutosh, because you've been travelling in the region?
Good evening, Paulomi. Of course, all the candidates and their fate have been sealed by the voters in the first phase. And indeed, after the very high decibel campaign, we have seen kind of, and of course, the expectations from the voters that was expected, particularly in the urban pockets like Noida, Greater Noida, in this part, that is somewhere has brought a sense of disappointment, because morning when I reached here at 6 o'clock, the polling was scheduled at 7. There was huge rush, and till 8:30 there was really huge rush, long queues of the semi-cosmopolitan cities like Noida and urban voters in a huge number. But later, after 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 5 p.m., the crowd gradually reduced, and the number, the percentage that was expected to turn out of the polling booth, that was quite disappointing. Subsequently, we have seen the polling in the rural pockets be including the same part. At the moment where I'm standing, Dadri, the gates have been closed, the polling has almost completed. Now the EVM is being sealed in, that will be further processed. Now, in Dadri, particular Dadri assembly segment, urban voter, there I saw really poor voting percentage, but gradually in the remote areas, in the rural belt, there have been high turnout of the voters, and particularly this will set a momentum for the next phases. Now you'll see that within couple of hours, both the stakeholders, looking at the bipolar contest between the SP and the BJP, SP RLD alliance and the BJP, the both will claim that first phase have gone to them, because clearly if you concede defeat at this stage, this will demoralize your cadre. This will demoralize your momentum further. That will dent your momentum. So, it may not take even couple of hours that everyone will claim that first moment has gone to them. But clearly there have been more voting in the remote areas, in the rural belt. And as far as our pocket is concerned, the polling percentage has been quite disappointing.